It's a matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Cleveland Browns. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
For the first time with Tariq Cohen. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
The ball carrier.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They come up on a 3rd and 12. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Some applause for the defense there. They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted.
Intended for
Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing again is Watson. And he's going to throw this off to his fullback. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call the position. It's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
At the 30-yard line.
First carry for Nick Chubb. Wiggles free. And he's going to have a Browns first down as the tackle made about the 43-yard line. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
First down, Chubb. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that right.
Give him 14 on that one, and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 18. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line. They'll run with Chubb. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Eddie Jackson brought him down.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
2nd down and goal. Watson flushed out right. And this is caught. Touchdown. His 3rd touchdown now on the air. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns.
Makes the score Browns 7, Bears nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
1st and 10.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs. So that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Cohen. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
He's across
11 yards there, 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Tackled at the
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
23-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
There's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And they're going to get it. They bring it down a sack out of the 16-yard line. Myles Garrett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards will get him back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down, brings up 4th.
Incomplete. That was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th.
Browns 7.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays, and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of. But so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot. Yeah. But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio that once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Akeem Hicks able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Well, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
2nd and 6. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by John Johnson. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. A slant to Jones. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. A run for Nick Chubb. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
On the carry.
The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
At the Bears' 7-yard line.
Dancing to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Khalil Mack make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He's tackled at the
Decided to hand it off that time on the run pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Watson off play action. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost to football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, if they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime, they're fortunate to retain possession.
A good kick that time, also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Bears take over
at their own 48-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
They're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
I really like what he did there, because he took his practice work and converted it to game action, because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. And he got a yard to the 41.
He was brought down by John.
Kentucky plays an offense for that variety, being able to hit people with the run and the pass. In this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. I don't know if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4. He may try and run for this. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
Chicago.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And they'll get him down right around the 20.
The ball carrier.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Flush to his right. He's going to go up top for the end zone. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and it's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
It's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick is indeed good.
Is good.
And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
Bears 6.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line. Made a kick a field goal for the offense. 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
But, you got to get the point. Get on the point right here.
Another try after the first down sack. Watson going right side here, and that's complete.
Watson's pass.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
13 yards. It's now 3rd and 2.
Third and
2, Watson. It's caught. Jones. And some room to work. Julio Jones all alone. And doubling in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Julio Jones. On his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10. At their own 17-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rip. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Denzel. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
On the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10.
And the Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Darnell Mooney, the target there. But it's going to be second down.
24-yard line.
This is Cohen. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
A gain of 8 yards.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
58,
That one caught out wide by Julio. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Now Myers for the extra point. These have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good.
Browns 26, Bears 6.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they were ultra-confident coming in, that's for sure. They had won 7 straight, but number 8 not looking to be in the cards right now. And past the 40. Before he's out of bounds. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
First down, Bears.
97's the mark. 97's the mark. Watch the slip. Watch the slip.
They run. This is Cohen. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Tackle made at his 48-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 26.
A gain of 26
pick up
yards.
there, 26
And
yards.
the Bears
So a first and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 26-yard line. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
First down.
First down. He'll drop to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. John Johnson with the INT. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him whip through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 30-yard line.
They run it again with Chubb. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a first down on a gain of 10. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39.
Down at the 39-yard
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Chubb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He's had success on this job, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Final score,
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Helping them just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Browns, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Bears, it's just their 2nd loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on